Yes, welcome back ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe to the channel. My name is martindogger and as you can see we have the T100 LT up over here. This is on the open test server for 8.7 and you've probably heard the news already. There will be new light tanks, Russian light tanks in the game in 8.7. They will be in the tech tree obviously. You can see them right over here. We have the LTG sort of being on par with the LTTB. The T54 lightweight was already there. We have a new one, the Object 84, which really looks like a sci-fi Russian version of the T92E1 if you ask me. And we have the top dog on the field, which is the T100 LT. And normally I would kind of stream open test thingies a bit. I would make a video out of it and would say this is good, this is good, this is good, these are the changes, etc, etc. That's all well and good. But there's a problem with this update. At least the thing what Wargaming is wanting to do. What they want to do actually, and don't mind these stats. I mean, I haven't played 1000 battles on this open test thingy. It's just there. It is a Wargaming account. Don't mind this. But what I want to show you is, let me check which one was the good one. First of all, this one. This is, no, not this one, not this one. There's a lot of tanks over here, as you can see. I wanted to show you one on Himmelsdorf. The main problem with this update is, and I can't stress it enough, it really is going to be a problem. It's the spotting. And you may or not have heard about this already. In case you haven't heard it, they're going to put a new mechanic into the game. Normally, really good. It's going to be specific for one type of tanks. Normally, no problems whatsoever, just one type of tank gets a new mechanic. It's going to be exclusive for tier 9 and 10 Russian light tanks, which means this one, the Object 84 and the T100 LT. And take a look at this. I spotted him. I wasn't spotted in return. There wasn't a bling, a light bulb. But I'm going to spot him here. Boom. I'm going to shoot him. I'm spotted. I'm getting a normal light bulb over there. And if you've noticed the timer right on top, it said 6:33 when I spotted this guy. That's all well and good, 6:33, but it takes, take a look at what's happening. It takes 20 seconds for him to reset the camo. Yes, that's right. You may have heard it already. You may not have heard this. It takes 20 seconds to reset the camo if you've been hit by a tier 9 or tier 10 Russian light tank. And I'm going to push in over here. I am spotting now, I think. And we're going to shoot him. There we go. And I don't get shot in return. Not just yet. That is. But I think he's going to find the gap right through the building. Take a look at this. This little light bulb. Do you see? It is a light bulb, but not quite the light bulb. It's not a quite bulb. That shows you've been hit by a tier 9 and tier 10 Russian light tank. And this is so... It's just bad for the game. Why is that? Everybody's going to play this tank. 10 seconds is already quite a long time, but being spotted for 20 seconds, if you're in a Death Star, a Jagdpanzer E100, any type of tank that relies on armor, or I shouldn't say armor, it relies on spotting and everything. It relies on relocating. It relies on sneakiness. Well, this is sneakiness, whoop, right out of the window. You just can't do anything anymore. And when you're spotted, you have to wait 20 seconds. Normally you would have to wait 10, which can be quite long. But for 20 seconds, if you could get to the other side of the map in some maps in 20 seconds. Imagine mines in tier 10. There isn't enough room to relocate as it is. It is already very small. But if you're in a tier 10 tank at mines... Hello, Wargaming, what were you thinking? We're going to shoot this guy, the projectile. There we go. Take a look, 6:33 again. It's going to take up until 6:13 for that guy to be unspotted. And I am about unspotted now, 6:23, which means that I can roll out again and poke. And wait a bit, and wait a bit. And you can see he is still spotted. And he could probably be proxy spotted too by the tanks right there in the middle. I know that. But I could just sit there, aim my shot again, and light him up again. And now it's an even game. It's 4 versus 4. And I'm playing this one a little bit longer. Why is that? Because this was actually just one of the games where the teams had a bit of variation in it, where it was actually a game. You've had these games on an open test server, which weren't really games. Just bam, 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 bam. 5 T100s LT versus a lot of T100s LT. And the tank itself, this one is quite a nice drive. Make no mistake about that. It has a gun. It can perform really well. There it is. 350 alpha, I think, on the tank. It's low slung, low to the ground, a bit clunky. I haven't figured out the armor really, but it drives around nicely. No problems whatsoever over there. And even with the new mechanic, I could kind of live with that. Don't worry. See the light bulb? I am spotted now. It took me about 5:20, which means I have to wait until 5:00 to be unspotted. And this guy knows. Just take a look at how he is sitting. He knows I'm still there. He knows I'm still there. He knew I was still there because I didn't count to 20. I just wasted. I didn't spend enough time sitting there, but he could just wait there because he knew I was still there. 20 seconds, guys. 20 freaking seconds, and there's nothing you can do. And you don't even have to penetrate the tanks. You just have to hit them. I mean, HC Splash will do, but even a bounce on the gun mantler, that's going to make them visible again. And we're going to move in, and you can see I dunk one shot into the ground because this is a no nonsense or no bullshit channel. No sugarcoating, no skill whatsoever. It's only slightly noob free. But we're going to drive in over here and we're going to kill this projectile. There we go. Thank you very much. It is 2 versus 2. This was one of the games which was on the test server where I was thinking, right, this is a proper game. And I have a few more for you. Where I'm going to play the LT432. They will probably be available once update 8.7 hits. I think they will bring these new tanks into the game. And once these new tanks are in the game, then the LT432 will be there again in bundles or boxes or whatever. Not quite sure what will happen, but probably it will be there in 8.7. Why? New Russian tanks, new premium tank. But this is just stupid. And WoT Wargaming, why they want to do this, I can understand why. And again, I shot that guy, so he's going to be lit up until 3 minutes 12. And he's proxy spotted by the other Louis, obviously. So it isn't just me shooting, but it's easier for me to just sit there and wait. I mean, he's going to be spotted again. 360, 370, and I shot him. He's going to be visible up to 307. And I've bounced a few shots as well. 1260 in a light tank. Okay, fair enough. It's bad for the game. As I said, I understand why Wargaming want to do this. They want to diversify the tanks that people are playing. If you've been watching any of the Blitz Cups or the tournaments, there were just heavy tanks and some more heavy tanks and an occasional, just very, very occasional medium tank. Or a light tank, just very occasional, not a lot, just a fair few tanks there. But it was mostly heavies. I think what Wargaming want to do is put more tanks into the game, into the roster. Make tournaments interesting again, because not everybody is going to drive other tanks, basically. Not everybody's going to drive the heavy tanks. I think that is what they want to do. But if they want to do this, then they just have to, I don't know, guys, they have to figure something else out. And as I was saying, I'm going to show you a game in the LT432 on Winter Melanovka. This is a tier 8 tank. It does not get that mechanic. And in my opinion, neither the Object 84, neither the T100 LT should get this mechanic. Why so? It's stupid. It's bad for the game. I could live with maybe 13 seconds of spotting. I mean, a light tank's job is to spot. It is less relevant in Blitz than it is in WoT PC and console. I know that. But if it's just for 2 tanks. It is for 2 new tanks. What are they going to do if they make this thing for like the French light tanks? I mean, the Batchat. You're only going to make them able to spot and shoot people with the first shot in the magazine, or with all 3 shots in the magazine? Something like that. Are they then going to, I don't know, make it available for tier 8 as well? what they could do, and maybe even should do, maybe they should just make it so that heavy tanks get like 9 seconds of spotting available, and then tank destroyers maybe so 9 seconds. Medium tanks get 10, 11, and light tanks get like 12 or 13. Make it something that's going to be always there, not just for certain types of new tanks. And it's same as with some of the other thingies they have done recently. It is the speed boosts that are there for Swedish tanks, for British tank destroyers, for American heavies and tank destroyers. Then they have that tungsten shell for the Polish heavies. They have the reticle calibration, zip, like that for, again, British tank destroyers, because nobody plays that stuff if it doesn't have that. They just weren't that popular, so they decided to do some of these extra bits. And in a way you can understand why it is there, because it makes the tanks more interesting, it makes people grind harder, and it makes tanks that aren't that popular become more popular. So big thumbs up for that. But the main problem is it's not a level playing field. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of WoT Blitz Universe, I know I'm camping here, but cheers. I got shots all along. This is effective sniping. Marty, you're a lighting. You should spot. I did a little bit of spotting, and I'm providing fire support as well. But even with this game, if you were driving along and shooting people like that, I'm going to shoot this toilet seat now, the potty panzer. I bounce on him. If I were a tier 9 light tank, then he would have been lit for 20 seconds. It's just too long. And even if they would do this for all the tier 9 and 10 light tanks, it would be too long. There will be people who will know how to use this mechanic, and they will use it and maybe even abuse it, and quite rightly so. I mean, they are the veteran players, they are the pro players. Of course they should use it and abuse it and make mincemeat out of other people's tanks. It's what these guys do. But 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Some of the games currently in Blitz last about 2 minutes. That's 120 seconds. If you get shot twice, if you get shot 3 times, you're lit like for 1 complete minute. And maybe it isn't much of a problem because, I mean, people are Muppets anyway. But I think it is stupid. It really is stupid. They should make this mechanic available for all the tanks, and in a slightly different way as well. Not how they are doing it now. Make it so that heavy tanks and tank destroyers, if they spot you, reduce the view range, whatever, but not like this. And I know I'm not alone in this. I mean, all the CCs have been given this information, and practically everybody has said this is just a bad idea. Wargaming, this is just a bad idea, and I do hope they will change this. They had some bad ideas before. Some of them were removed right away. I mean, hit point restoration for British heavy tanks, that was there in the game at first. That has been removed. Eventually, the missiles were removed. Took them some time, but credit where credit due, Wargaming removed those missiles. But this, nah. Just nah. It's just not possible. It's bad for the game. It makes the playing field not good. I don't think it is something they should do, in my opinion. Really, that's a great bargain. Lovely stuff, guys. And we have a Kanoniak Panzer to finish off. I wanted to show you this. I wanted to give you my opinion, and maybe you've heard about it already. Please leave comments down below, ladies and gentlemen, tankers of Blitz Universe, on what you think of this. I've said my part, and I know it might influence you all, but I don't like this. And please leave your comments below as well. I gather them all. I will gather them all, and then we'll make it to the bundle of feedback for Wargaming. Send that in. But please tell me what you think of this, because the light tanks themselves, LTG, Object 84, T100 LT, really good. Always nice to have new tanks into the game, new maps, etc. But these new mechanics that are specific to just this little bit of tanks of the tech tree, nah. Please, Wargame, please think again. Just bad, bad, bad. Anyways, enough of the rambling, enough of the ranting. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers, happy tanking, bye bye.